Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I've never done a video like this, but thought I'd share what I did here. I did some looking around on the internet, and I couldn't find what I was looking for, so I decided to put this up, see if it might help anybody. So I bought an Easy Air Ride kit from Easy Air Ride. Met the guy out at the Good Guys car show out in Pleasanton, and if you're anything like me, you've probably already watched a whole bunch of videos on how to set it up, so we'll skip all that because it's all pretty redundant as far as how to bolt everything together. I just wanted to show you a quick setup on what I did with mine. So here is the trunk of my 64 Impala. As you can see, I went with the the platinum setup. So I have a 7-gallon tank, 2 pumps. What I did with mine is I got this clear acrylic with a handle here, and put a couple casters. I don't know if you can see those too well. Should have done this with better lighting, but so I have this on casters so that in the event I should need to work on any of this, I can just take this and slide it out. There you can see, well, you can see that it's been rubbing a little bit. I fixed that, but I gotta touch that up. So anyways, I got my 2 air compressors, the Vi-Air air compressors, and those are my solenoids. It's the electric. I'm running a 3/8 line, and this setup also came with a nice little air chuck here, and it came with this little lifesaver. If I ever get a flat tire, I got compressed air here. So real quick, one thing I did to set this up, everything's been run. Again, this is a 64 Impala, and you can see that everything I did, let me set this up here. What I did was I ran all of my airlines from to the gauges up at the front, ran them through this channel, and this channel comes up the side there. The front usually is covered by the speaker here, right? And then I have my gauges, pretty nice gauges here. Everything's plumbed in to the back there. This is set up to a constant 12-volt source, so I can bleed off any air if I ever want to bleed out the tank just for service. It's always ready to go. On the passenger side, I ran obviously the hoses that are going to go to the right front airbag is running along the channel on the other side there, and I drilled holes in the floor over there. I'll show you that in a sec. I also ran my power wires that he provided to the front, so I'm gonna tuck those underneath and put those inside that sleeve over there. This is pretty much where all of my electrical connections go. Here to my switch, which I have here. one thing I did, I'll show you. Did the same thing on both sides. I drilled a hole right here, put a grommet. All right, passenger side, pretty much about the same spot. Did the same thing with a rubber grommet going through the firewall, and that is going to my airbag up in the front. Let me take this light with me. Now, one thing I did here, as you can see, that's where my airline is coming out, is down there. So, let me show you through here. Sorry for all the jumbling around here. So, that's where she comes out. Now what I did was I put a little zip tie here. Right there. Through the frame. And I came out this frame here. Now, when I ran this hose through right there, what I did was I got a piece of 3/8 fuel line. And then I lubed the heck out of the line, and I shoved her through, starting from the front and working my way back. And what I also did was I drilled through the, I guess, shock tower here. I drilled my line through here because right behind this hole, where I also have grommet, is the inlet for the bag in the front. I didn't want to have it coming out. I didn't want to run it through here and try to loop it back into any of these holes and go backward. So I just drilled right next to that brake, where the brake line is right there. And I was actually able to push it through, and these push connect fittings are pretty sweet, you know, just went straight through. So once I got that plugged in, like I said, 3/8 hose to protect it from the sharp corners, and just shoved it all the way through. I'll show you on the passenger side. Pretty much the same deal. You can see right there, drilled through, going in here, coming out back there. And right in the firewall there. Now, these two blue lines here are the two blue power lines. Those are for my that's what my compressors are running off. Each one's got their own line. I realize some guys have their battery in the back, or they might have one of those like little ports where they can tie everything together further at the back. I didn't do that. I just ran everything straight to the front, and everything is all set up. You can see this airbag is pretty much completely inflated. So I have this sitting all the way up. The one thing that I probably got to show, because I know people are going to want to ask, is how fast does it go down and up. So my tank, let it run for a while. So the tank is full. My tank should be full. And what I'm gonna attempt to do here is show you just in real time the drop and the fill. Alright, put a little light on there just so you can see. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up too much. But one thing I'll do also for reference, so I have a ruler here, right? So got about that much above it. As you can see, it goes a little over 12, a little bit over 12, so that's probably about 14 inches. And let me show you. I mean, we went from about here, right? This was up above even the ruler. I mean, I'm not quite sure, but that's about a good 8 inches of drop, as he promised. As you see, I do have a 7-quart oil pan, so I was a little worried about, but my frame is right there. That's pretty low. Let me show you this. See here that exhaust is just about touching the ground. And goes for the rear. I mean, we're pretty low there. I can just barely get this camera underneath the car here. Got about that much between the camera and the floor. For reference, okay, here's my hand on the floor, thumb. So she goes down pretty low. Now, because I have I know that my tank right now is fully, I guess, charged, inflated, whatever. Let me set this up and show you how fast she goes up. Put this here. Just to get a little. Give us a little bit of light. There now. Okay. So you see, my knee is at the wheel well here, and I went from here to here. That fast. My compressors are now running, but back is still ground. In fact, I'll show you these wheels so you can see on the rim how high it goes. You can see, you can barely see about the center, and it's all the way up. Yeah, she goes up pretty high. So yeah, I mean, just wanted to show real quick kind of how I set mine up. Everybody's got their own way of doing things and whatnot. But you know, I chose to run mine through this channel. I've seen a couple other videos and stuff of guys that did it this way, so I decided to do mine this way as well. And you know, again, inside here, everything's run through here, going into that trunk from back here. And when I'm all done, I'm not gonna ask you to like or subscribe, because what's there to like? It's a pretty crappy video. I like I said, I never made any kind of videos for any of this kind of stuff, but I wanted to at least show somebody how I set my stuff up. But easy air ride, it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy to do. I did it all, as you can see, on the side of my house, while under this canopy, and it was a little bit of a tight squeeze up in here, but I was able to get it all done with some pretty basic hand tools. There was only a few holes needed to get drilled out. I did cut my exhaust because of the way it was set up. You know, that exhaust I had put on about 20 years ago, and I just never thought I'd be putting airbags in this thing, but here I am with airbags, and it didn't fit. So it was, you know, the exhaust was hitting, and I had to get it cut so that I could prevent it from rubbing against the bags and potentially popping one. You know, I might do another video later or something, I don't know, of myself like actually on the street and from afar going up and down. I don't know. If you want to see it, I don't know, maybe like whatever, leave it in the comments and I could come back again later and do that if you guys want it. As you can tell, my video production is not the greatest, but I just wanted to show you guys what I did, how I set up my easy air ride. And yeah, hope if you're working on one of these, hope this gave you a little bit of idea of how to run your stuff, and hope it helps you out.